we got money from a couple of interesting. We were based in LA, obviously.
Right.
We raised money from a guy named Michael Ovitz.
Right, sure. Former head of.
He founded CAA,
Yep.
president of Disney, right?
A more legitimate player in the entertainment space could not be found than that.
It depends what you. It depends.
Right.
People have different opinions on that.
Right. Well, Ovitz is a polarizing character.
That's
but
correct.
Regardless, was the most powerful man in Hollywood for a decade.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then another guy named Ron Burkle.
Yeah. Who is the billionaire who owns or owned a supermarket chain.
Yeah.
Or still does.
He was like LBO style with Michael Milken, like
right. Billions of billionaire.
Bought Ralph's.
Right.
I think he's still on the board of Yahoo, but maybe not anymore.
How did you meet those two individuals at the age of 22 or 23 years old, I'm guessing?
So how did I meet them? So we were at UCLA,
right.
and we got connected to a guy named Richard Wolpert, who you may remember.
Yep.
And he was like, at the time, sort of, I think he was a partner. He was like working with Ron Burkle on his VC, like his fund essentially, which is 99%. Like Ron Burkle is 99% limited in his own fund, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you're a billionaire, you just invest your own money.
Sure.
And so, so Wolpert was working with Ovitz and Burkle, and he sort of brought us into the fold. Huh. We met a guy named Peter Levin.
Yeah, I know.
At some point.
Yeah.
And we signed an LOI with them. It was $4 million. At the time, it was for 51% of the company.
Wow. Terms were slightly different back then.
Well, we were college kids, too.
What do you know?
It was an interesting mix, right? Because it was 99. Sorry, it was 98, 99, right?
Yeah.
So there was craziness, but it was LA, not Silicon Valley.
Right.
But we were college kids.
Right, so you didn't know any better.
We didn't know
Right, and you got, oh, well, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
$10 right there, 13 minutes
Is that really? Nobody told me these terms.
Oh, well, there you go. So you didn't know the terms of the 51% either, and they had participating preferred.
Yeah.
So you're still...
No, so it was actually not participating preferred. It was a strange deal. Remember, LA didn't know how to do Silicon Valley deals at the time. They bought 51% common stock.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Yeah, totally weird.
So they have controlling interest. They didn't understand the concept of preferred
hold on.
shares.
They had 25.5% each. So it wasn't totally controlling.
Right.
So Ovitz had 2 board seats. Burkle had 2 board seats, and the original founders had 2 board seats.
Right. So it could get really weird real quick. No independent.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that was interesting. So we signed an LOI for that deal.
Right.
And sort of LA style, Ovitz and company were sort of stringing us out because what was happening is our traffic was going like this. Server costs were going through the roof. We were running out of money.
So they strung you along
to try to get better terms.
Ugh.
I had to call Ovitz up at the end of the 30-day LOI and say, look, this deal didn't happen. We're going to have to go talk to other people.
Right. He hit the
roof. 3 days later.
You don't say that kind of stuff to Mike Ovitz.
3 days later, we got sued.
Wow.
For basically shopping the deal, which we hadn't done. But we got sued for shopping the deal. The suit hits the Wall Street Journal. Gee, I wonder how they figured that out.
Right.
And then nobody else would invest in us.
So Ovitz says, I'll show you, kid, I'll sue you. Wow, crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the suit was about. The bottom line is if Ovitz is suing us, nobody's going to touch us.
Of course not.
And so
that is a huge...
So what entrepreneur do you know that was sued by an investor to take the investor's money?
Right.
That's what happened.
And the investor was, so he sends a lawyer letter or whatever, and you take the money.
We had to. We had no choice.
Right.
But at least it was at the other terms that we
Well, it's a great
originally
lessons to learn
negotiated.
as a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
23-year-old. 22, 23?
Yeah, I was 22, I think, at the time.
You raise the money, you start building out, the service explodes.
Yeah.
And what people don't remember at this time
the service had already been exploding. But yes, you're correct.
And the software was incredibly elegant. I remember using it, and when I was a journalist
at the
time.
This is a great example, by the way, of you can have a killer product that is just killing it, and if the fundamentals of the business are like, not
business
aligned
structure,
right,
corporate structure, of course, it'll rip a company in half.
Yeah.
Well, remember, it was basically like 6 co-founders on Scour, okay? So you want to talk about structure being completely screwy? Right? We had 6 dudes, all computer engineers. Right? Who were running this company.
And never worked for
a
day in their life.
the president was decided based on who had taken a business class.
Wow. Did you know that 88% of financially successful people read at least 30 minutes a day? Warren Buffett and Bill Gates credit their success directly to reading. The problem is, we all are super busy and there's not a lot of time to read. Well, Blinkist is the only app that takes thousands of best-selling nonfiction books and distills them down to their most impactful elements. You can read or listen to them in under 15 minutes, all on your phone. I have been using the service for over 6 months, and 5 million people are joining me using Blinkist to expand their minds. Just 15 minutes at a time. I like to listen to Blinkist when I'm driving to the office or working out, and here is my personal recommendation. Go check out Learned Optimism, How to Change Your Mind and Your Life by Marty Seligman. And it's right here in Blinkist, and what's great is you can listen to it or you can read it. I have already read that book, but I like to do a little refresher, and Blinkist is great. To do that, I also was listening to Dan Harris's 10% Happier and the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People because I hadn't read one or two of those books, and I decided, let me start with a little overview of it, and then I'll listen to the book. So there's a lot of different ways to use it, but the Blinkist library is massive. You can check out top titles like Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, The Snowball, Warren Buffett, and The Business of Life, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. That book you see everywhere. You can get a quick overview of it. What They Don't Teach You at Harvard Business School. That's another great book that is in the Blinkist library. So here's your call to action. And this is a limited time. Blinkist has a very special offer. Go to Blinkist.com/twist and start a free 7-day trial. That's Blinkist, Blinkist, Blinkist.com/twist. And you can start a 7-day free trial. It's a really, really great way to get key insights. So I have really enjoyed it, and Blinkist is a great product.